Hi guys, so today we'll be doing an alligator keychain just like in my story. So we will use island string. I use island because it's the most strong that I know. A couple scissors and a lighter to burn the ends of the string. So we will get our string. I just pick a quarter of a meter and cut it out. So simple, so easy. Then you will get your screens, put them together to get the center. When you get the center, just make a knot, lead in a loop in order to hang your keychain when it's done. This technique is really tedious because it takes a lot of repetition. So now that we have a lot of string, we will burn the ends like I told you. As you can see here, you can use your fingers in order to mold the string. But be really careful because it can seriously burn. For this one we'll be using green and silver. So let's start. We will start with one. Just put one in the string, and in order to make them stay, you need to put one to the opposite. So as you see here, I'm putting the string to the opposite of the string, and just try to make it in and pull. And now you start your keychain. That's the beginning of the whole thing. Now we will start with two. We start with two in order to make a little triangle. That will be the mouth of the alligator. So in this part, what I noticed is the string wasn't burned out all the way, so I needed to reburn it, and that's why I'm doing off camera. But I decided to be off the camera because I'm using a lighter and can be a little bit dangerous with all the stuff that I have right here. I remember that when the woman taught me, about this, she had her whole hands burned, but she was used to it. Now we will continue. Remember to put it on one string and then the opposite. As you can see, just put it to the opposite, and now that the string is burned, it will be so much easier your job. As you can see, sometimes it will be really difficult because the size of the little pearls are in different sizes. As you can see, we have two and we're moving into three. It was really interesting when I learned because she had all this awesome stuff, but I love the alligator keychain, and that's the one I decided to learn. If we had more time, I would just learn more stuff, but time sometimes is something you cannot have. As you can see, I'm struggling right here because the string don't want to go in. Okay, now we have three. We have the mouth, we have the beginning of the alligator. Now to continue, we will put 5. What I mean by 5? The 5, and it has to be one green one the color of your eyes, the eyes that you want at the alligator, and then another green and another color of the eyes. So for this one I'm picking black. So as we go, one green, one black, one green, one black, one green. They're so easy to fall down to your hand because they're really small. Now as I said, we need to go to the opposite string. I remember my mom used to get so mad because I ended up with a whole mess. There were little balls going everywhere. I still do. As you can see here in my work area, the one I'm doing right now, there's balls everywhere. But like I say, it's part of the process. I remember my mom was really mad because she was like doing she was with the vacuum, and then everything you can hear it was so she was like, you need to be more careful. But sometimes things don't change. Here we have the head, and now we will put two in order to close out the head. That will be like the neck of the alligator, as we can say. I recommend you in this situation to cut your nails. Mine are really big, but I just wanted to record it and go. As you can see here, I'm struggling a little bit because there are different sizes, as I said before. Here we have the full head. Now we need sets in order to do one of the arms. The arms is different, as you can see here. You will need, for my case, one silver, two greens, one clear or silver, another two greens, now you will look for the last one. The first one that you put in, you have to put it to backwards. As you can see here, I have all of them. You will get your last one. You will get your last one and put it at the opposite time, letting the other 5 just there, making a hoop, and you have one arm. Now you will repeat the same for the other string. And like I say, it's one arm with one string each. And it's the same process. One silver, two green, one silver, two green. Another fun fact about this project is that everything you can see here has been brought from Mexico. I brought it myself around 6 years ago, it will be now. And every time I go, I just look to my supplies and bring more back. So all my materials that I have there have been directly brought from Mexico. And we're done with the second arm. Now we have to move to the body. We will use 3 in the body, and it will be 1 green, 1 silver, 1 green. As you can see here, I'm trying to pick them up, but sometimes it's really hard. Just slowly put them in. You have 3, and now you will go to the opposite side with a different string, just like the beginning. If you're questioning why I'm speaking that kind of low, it's because it's like 3 a.m. in the morning and everybody's asleep. That's the only time I could find to be this quiet. Be careful because sometimes it can get tangled. Now you have to fit him up, and that's the beginning of the body. So we need to repeat this 6 times in order to make the full body. See, beautiful. Slowly. So do not bother you, I will just do it really fast. You can see right here in really slow process. The magic of this is that I used to do it every time I was sad or did something to distract myself. Around one take me 30 minutes, and I used to keep them and other ones to sell them. That's what I did when I needed extra money for something, and just doing it. Be self-independent from my parents since I was a small kid. I remember one time it was crazy because I was going to a field trip with my school and I didn't have any money, and I really wanted to go. So for a whole week I started making those. I did around 100 of them and some bracelets and some other stuff in order to afford that field trip. And it was just a nice way to get some money. Another time it was so entertaining because I contact somebody, one of my aunts from the United States, because when I was doing this I was back in Mexico, and she told me that she needed some, and she ordered me 100, and it was such a big project, and she ended up giving me $40, which in that time for I was 8, it was so much money, and just use that and I keep it, and I was saving and buying extra material and extra time to start growing my small business that I had back in the time. So right here, you need to repeat the arms, and then when you repeat the arms, you need to do the tail. The tail is just 1 1 1 1 until 9 times. You repeat the arms and then put 2 to close out the alligator, and then repeat the tail. The tail will be just like that. It will be just need 1 3 1 3 1. It will be 3 silver, 1 green, 3 silver, 1 3 1 green. And I just speed it up just because, not to waste your time. Here we have the Alligator Keychain. I got kinda distracted talking about my life in Mexico, but I hope that's okay. So now you will cut it, and just to end it all, you need to burn that. Remember, this can be flammable, so be really careful, especially when it starts dripping. And that's pretty much it. You just finish the middle, do 2 arms, 2 close it, and then one by one until you reach 9. But be really careful with burning it, because right here, that little point is a scar. When one time I just burned myself so bad, that still happened, and it's a good memory to have. Just to show it here, I used to sell 3 different types. So the very big ones were for like keys for cars and all that stuff. So these ones are the big ones. I sell the middle ones, the ones I show you to see here. Those, and that's all my material, and that's not even half of it. That's like a quarter of my whole material I have. But then I used to do them really, really, really small, really tiny. Let me see if I had like some sample. And right here I have like the very beginning of one. Those took me so long to do, but at the end they were so worth it. And here is a start of a big one. And that will be it for guys. See you in the next one. Thank you.